Good afternoon everyone, Adrian Hughes here with HughesyTech, and this afternoon we are taking a look at yet another dashcam here. This is the Vasens 902 dashcam. So this was kindly provided to me by the generous folk over at GearBest.com. That's GearBest.com. They are the #1 online Chinese retailer of electronics and other miscellaneous items. So apart from the usual stronghold that they have on mobile electronics and mobile phones, other things such as dash cams, laptops, tablets, computers and networking items, etc. They also sell electrical tools, women's apparel and men's apparel, bags and shoes, toys and hobbies, watches and jewelries, home and garden items, health and beauty items, outdoor and sports items, automotive and motorcycle items, offices, school supplies, and baby and kids stuff. So that is quite an expanse there. They are a force to be reckoned with, and I must recommend them. They have been very reliable for me in all my time over the years. I've ordered several items from them, electronics and a few other novelty items. Have had no issues with them or their level of customer service or shipping. They have been very good to me. So I do recommend you check them out. That's GearBest.com. I will leave a link in the description below for this video with a link to the dashcam here, the Vasens 902. So let's just dive in and have a look to see what's in the retail packaging. So this is presented in a cardboard box within a cardboard box. Flip that around there. We have the Vasens dashcam here, and it does take video, still shots, and as you can see it fits nicely in the palm there. So they have marketed it here. When we get the camera in focus, it says, "Are you still worried about the car being in an accident during you parking it? Well, luckily our smart car camcorder will help you out to solve this problem." Now, that is the marquee feature of this dashcam here, which is something that I have not reviewed before or seen. This will connect to the OBDII port on your car. So usually the OBDII port is used for vehicle diagnostics or whatnot. You can buy Bluetooth or Wi-Fi adapters that let you know specific information about your car, such as how it's running, the engine speed, RPM, any problems with the car or whatnot, and this utilizes the OBDII port to operate. So it does have the usual car charger, as you can see here, in addition to OBDII port if you don't want to use that. But as I said, the good thing about OBDII port here that they're marketing is that you can record footage and use this as a parking dashcam. So usually with a parking dashcam you do have to fiddle around in the fuse box of your car and set it up so that the car battery is being used when your car ignition is off to record footage from your dashcam, so you can catch people that have walked by your car and damaged it or whatnot. So that kind of performs the same function except using the OBDII port. So let's have a look in the box itself. We do have the user guide here for the Vasens 902. This is in the usual fair English, and then it should be Chinese. There we go at the back there. Put those aside for a second. And let's just have a look here. So we have the car charger there. So that is a DC volt input there. And we have a USB port there to plug in your other peripherals. So this is the first dashcam here that I have reviewed that uses not micro or mini USB cables. It uses their own proprietary charging cable to power the dashcam. So we'll see in my full review how much of an issue that is. Put that aside for a second. We have the OBDII port extension here, which just plugs in quite nicely. in the OBDII port in your car, you'll have to Google where exactly the OBDII port, because it does vary depending on model. Most of the time it is under the steering wheel, under the dash, but it can vary on different models and different manufactured cars. So we do have the DC in here to power it again there. Do have an audio cable here, so you can have audio out to your TV or whatnot to view footage. And this is a 3.5 meter long cable. So as you can see, that's the DC thing there, and that's the other end of it. So this is the power cable for the camera itself. There is the 3M tapes. This is double-sided. This is the spare. I've already put one on the Vasens 902 dash cam itself, ready for mounting in my car, and you'll be seeing the fruits of that when I test the camera itself. I'm not quite sure if this is supposed to move up like on some dash cams where you can remove it and slide it off nicely to remove the camera when you need to use it, but we'll see how that goes. If we take a look around the side here, we do have the AV out port there. This is a lock button that you can press to obviously record footage that you want locked and saved in a particular folder for reference later. So it's the same as the emergency button on many dash cams. It's just placed on the side here. Speaker there, nice some grills, ventilation grills there. We do have the TF, which is the slot for the micro SD card. This does take up to 64 gigabyte micro SD cards, and we have the DC 5 volt for the power cable, as I just pointed out earlier. And we have a 2-inch display here, a TFT LCD, and we have the power buttons and up and down to get a free menu and to record in the video mode. Now this is a Novatek NT96650. So a Novatek NT96650 chipset with, I believe, an Aptina AR0330 sensor. Now that hasn't been confirmed specifically by Vasens or anyone conclusively on the internet, but I've got the feeling that's what it is for the sensor. Chipset is confirmed, that particular model. If this does sound familiar, this is what's in the A118 dash camera. So that has been cloned multiple times by a zillion manufacturers, and but yet again, with any dash cam, doesn't matter what hardware they use, if they do different optimizations or whatnot, or then the image quality can differ. So it will be interesting to see what they've done with the camera here. This does include a built-in lithium-ion battery of 160 milliamp hours. This is not a capacitor model here. Also, it has a 142 degree wide angle lens, so this is the lowest field of view lens that I've used actually, and it'll be interesting to see how it performs. It apparently won't capture as wide an angle of view, but that does allow for, in its positive side, a closer look at license plate details or whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see that in difference between my other dash cam reviews with the TruePad D501 and of course the Viofo A119. This does support recording in 1080p at 30 frames per second, and we do have slow motion video at 720p at 60 frames per second. This does take 10 megapixel, 12 megapixel, 8 megapixel video stills. There is a built-in microphone and a speaker which does record in AAC audio, and the video is recorded in H.264 format with the Apple format MOV. So what else do we have here for the dash cam? Not too much more, I believe. So As you can see, this lens is not adjustable. It is a pretty big lens there. It's just marked out. I can't actually press it to move it around or whatnot. Also in the box that I didn't show here is a micro USB cable to, a mini USB cable to connect to your computer and transfer the footage. So that does help out or whatnot, but since it doesn't actually have a mini USB port, then you will have to resort to using a card reader, which is pretty standard fare, or you could even transfer this micro SD card to another mobile device you have and plug that in using its own USB cable and view the footage on your PC. So that's going to do it for this video. I have the two options of hooking this up via the DC PowerPoint or the OBDII. I will be testing out both to see how they perform and to see how the parking mode performs on this dash camera, because that is something I'm very interested to see, and it's something that is not seen on many dash cams at all, hardly any to be exact, and we'll see how that fares. So that's going to do it for this video. This is the Vasens 902 Dashcam. I'd like to say thank you again to GearBest, and please do check them out over at gearbest.com. As I said earlier at the video, I will be leaving a link in the description below so you can check out or purchase this dashcam if you wish over at GearBest. So that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.